Welcome to our first ever podcast. I'm Melissa. I'm a mum of one.
My name's Erica and I've got 2 boys.
And I'm Jess and I've got one little one, boy.
Mama's Code.
Oh my god, I'm mum of one.
So yes, welcome to our podcast.
Can I just put a quick disclaimer out? This is our first time ever doing this, so...
This is like experiment 200.
Literally. But no, it's our first podcast and we really want to put out a positive message out there to all the mums because you are all strong, you're all doing a great job and we're just here for an open therapy session. So yeah, stay tuned.
Mama, I love you.
Right, so seeing as we're talking about Mother's Day and we're in the topic, I think we should probably take it back to the very first moment we found out we were going to be mummies. So yeah, ladies, what was your experience? How did you feel?
I took 6 pregnancy tests and...
They're expensive,
Yeah, but I just... And it was like,
wanted
it was
to
in
be very
denial. I was in
sure.
denial.
Like-
And it was like, I'll show my partner and he'll be like, no, you have to do it with the morning pee. And then I'll do it with the morning pee. No, it has to be the
Were you at
afternoon
home?
pee. Yeah,
By yourself.
with Ollie. And then after the 6 pregnancy tests, it all came back positive.
Still didn't
But
believe
we
it.
doubted it.
Nope.
So I took an appointment in a clinic and I went with Fish and...
Oh my gosh, yes.
Guys, Fish is Melissa, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, it's our pet names.
And yeah, do you remember the man outside? We came outside after finding out I was pregnant. Like finally, it was like the last...
You just needed a doctor
Yeah.
to tell you.
And then me and Fish were about to hug, cry, and then this man literally whips out his penis and starts peeing in front of us. And I was like, okay. What about you?
Me, do you know what? It was so weird because the night before I went to Erica's house to drop off her Hindu box and she was like, do you want some wine? And I think I had a glass, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then in my head I'm thinking like shit. So come Saturday morning I take a test and while I was getting ready to go walk my dog, my first child,
Who is a boy?
and is a dog, so I peed on the stick and guys just it gets really messy, if you don't have like a little plastic cup to put your it gets a bit messy.
I definitely
Peed
peed
your
my hand.
yeah, 100%.
It's like a splash
100%.
It's a bit gross, but anyways, yeah, so peed on my hand and the stick, put it on the side, got ready, went to brush my teeth, went to put my coat on, completely forgot about the test, came back, saw the test, and there it was, positive, and I was just like, okay, well, great, let's go for a walk then. And my partner was sleeping in the room and I just went to the park and I sent him a picture of the test and then he just came running to me like, what the hell?
Jess, where are you?
Embrace.
And I just sat in the park like, wow. Yeah, it was kind of a split denial moment and then your mind just floods with so many worries. What about you, Mel? How did you feel?
I don't know. I don't know.
Which is fine.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Literally, I remember doing the test and thinking, oh shit, like that time's come. Like we always wanted to have children, but it wasn't like, it was something that we knew we wanted. It was just the case of when it would
by
happen.
surprise.
Where did you find out? Here?
I was at home. I was getting ready to go to the gym. I remember we were going to do a kettlebell exercise class
You were
with
going
Jess.
Yes, guys, we were.
We were going, back in the day.
You know what? I remember it was like we were the new resolution people. We were like, January, first week, let's go hard at the gym. And then,
I find out that, I was pregnant and I remember thinking, oh gosh, the first thing I thought, I can't go to this class now. Excuses started from the very beginning. But yeah, it caught us by surprise. It was a happy surprise, but obviously at that moment there's a lot of emotion going through your body.
100%.
You think happiness, you feel scared, you feel anxious.
Yeah, because that's so many things. I remember when I found out I was pregnant with Joel, I was only 22. So, from you guys, I was the only one that was a mum. I didn't have no mum friends.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, oh shit, like what am I going to do? Like my plants die. How am I going to be able to feed this child? I forget
when
to
she
take...
says her plants die, she literally has twigs all around her living room.
But it's that
Apparently
like...
they're alive, but no, we know that they're just...
They're going to grow back. Like plants are so
okay, babe.
No, but the thing is, like, you know, you start thinking and, like, I don't know, like, it was a surreal moment because obviously Ollie really wanted to have kids. Me, I always said 50 was my age, you know.
50?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean... what's wrong with 50?
True.
Yeah.
I mean, just
if you
because
want to,
obviously, my mum was like 18 or something, so 50 is a bit far-fetched.
well, I think if I feel tired half of the time...
Yeah, no, well, now I think of it like that.
Now you think, why didn't I do it earlier?
Uh-huh.
But even then, I'm always tired.
Yeah, that's true.
I always used to laugh at Dan when he would fall asleep on the sofa. And
Now both of you sad.
I fall asleep from 10 to 12 in the sofa, wake up and go to bed.
What about when you guys went for your scans? Did you have any scares?
Oh, I went for an early scan just because we didn't believe it, and it was like, shit, you know when you just feel yourself with so many worries and you're like, oh my god, like imagine this is just a fake test or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just think, shit, like, and you look at yourself in the mirror like, is there really something there? Because guys, I promise you, from the minute you see that positive sign, yes, you're full of worries, you're full of like, is this real? Like Erica, she took 6 tests, but from that split moment, you've already, you're already a mum because you've already changed your life. Because now you're not drinking, now you're making sure you're not having so much tuna and, raw meats and like literally, and now you just feel like you need to bubble up yourself up to go to bed or something. So anyway, so we had the scan and all we could see was like this little little twinkle light, and it was like
that's our baby.
The lady
like
was
where?
the lady was like, so you see that? That's your baby. And we were like, where?
What's wrong with it?
Why does it look like a doll? So yeah, I think that was a moment where it's just like, shit, like it kind of sinks in, like, okay, like damn, that's our baby. And then we had your 12-week scan when apparently like your risk of miscarriage reduces. And when we went back to that scan, it was like, obviously you can see a baby, and it was like, wow. And guys, I promise you, at that moment I still didn't really believe I was pregnant. Like I was like, you're seeing it, but you're like, is this a videotape that they've put on the screen? Like, oh, surely that's not in my stomach. So it was very like, shit, like, okay. And I remember coming out and just looking at my partner like damn, like there's actually a baby there. And then it was like, how do you now bond with a bump, even though you don't have a bump, but there's a heartbeat inside you? And I think that for me was a very it was very what's the word, it was just very strange. But
you've been like that even without having a baby, because I remember when I was pregnant and I'd show really late on, and you'd be like, everyone would be touching my belly, and Jess would be like, ugh, like, why are they touching you?
I remember, I think it would
be like they're just touching you up, Erica.
Like, literally, like, for the first baby, everyone's like all over Mum, and I'll just sit there across the room like,
like, Jess, love me.
Yeah. Why are they touching me?
Please love
and
my
you know
tummy.
What? I'm so bad. I swear, one moment I was like, you look a bit fat, And then I think from that point, and it's like, I think from that point when the bump was there, I was like, okay, so my friend's having a baby. And this time my girl's like 9 months pregnant, overdue, like.
Literally. What about you, Fish? What did Maya make you do?
Well, every time I saw Maya in any scan, all I could think about was those aliens you used to have back in the day.
Oh, the jelly ones that you put back to back to have babies.
Honestly,
that was a myth, by the way.
That's all I could see was that. Dan cried like every scan we went to. At that point, I wasn't as emotional because after having Maya, I think I definitely became a bit too emotional, and not even after. I think towards the end of my pregnancy, I feel like
it's because you see it on the scan, and there's so many things in your head, like you just don't know if this is emotional or not, because I think you're just caught up in that allness and like, shit, like, okay.
No, and it depends as well, because it goes down to, did you like being pregnant? Some women don't like being pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you've had an easy pregnancy, then you're like, oh yeah, like my baby Whereas a woman that, you know, has had, like, say, morning sickness, you had morning sickness.
Very badly.
You could be
I
like...
had day sickness. It was an understatement.
Guys, morning sickness is a myth.
It's an absolute myth. I would wake up, throwing up, go to work, throw up, be at work, throw up.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Before going to bed, I would throw up. I would wake up from sleeping to throw up. I literally had the worst sickness for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And I looked like death. I looked like a walking zombie. There was no way. Everyone knew at work.
Yeah,
Just
guys.
because of how much it impacted me. It was definitely something was going on.
Like, how horrible is it that there's, like, you know, such a thing of, like, oh, you shouldn't tell anyone that you're pregnant before the first scan, when apparently, you know, like, your chances of miscarriage go down. But I'm sorry, but it's so bad because you're now having to go to work with morning sickness. Like, you can't be hangover every single day, and so now you're sitting at your desk.
For someone that doesn't
watching
even drink all the time.
watching Sally across the room eating salt and vinegar crisp, which is making you gag, and now you're having to pretend like you've got the shits every second that you want to throw up. Like, it's so bad that we have to, you know.
I remember I couldn't bear the smell of chicken. Do you guys remember?
Yeah, it was
you
bad.
couldn't even stop looking at it.
She couldn't even tolerate Nando's, and that was a very sad thing for us.
Yeah, because we always used to
we
go.
would always go to just
Guys, I
have
remember
Nando's.
before she broke the news to me and my partner that she was pregnant. We went out for his birthday and she was sitting next to us and she was looking at the chicken. Like, bear in mind that we know that she likes chicken. Like, everyone loves chicken. She's sitting there looking at her chicken like it's some piece of crap on her plate, and we're like trying to work around. We're like, oh, because there was one of the guys was like, oh, do you want to swap?
Oh, do you remember?
Yeah.
He's so cute.
And he was like, babe, do you want to take my, like, let's swap. And we and I remember we were, because I think it was a bit pink or something, but I think it was just she didn't want it, and we're all, you know, trying to sort it out. We were like, oh, why don't you tell the waiter like it's not cooked, or swap your plate? And she was like, no. And obviously we were like, but why? Like, there's a solution. Stop being like this.
It was so much pressure.
And it was like, I think it was like the next day or the
well, no, because like, well, obviously, like, they're our best friends, so we thought we were obviously waiting for that, you know, cut-off period where the miscarriage thing, it goes down. But we, like, obviously Jay wanted to go out for his birthday, and I didn't, because like the smell of the chicken made me sick. So I was just like, no, I don't want to go out. But I was like to Ollie, I was like, just go, like, it's fine, don't worry. He was like, no, how am I gonna, you know, man, get really like, I can't let you go on the train by yourself.
Come, let me bubble wrap you. Have 10 men walk, escort you to the toilet, which we actually did for your birthday, didn't we?
Yeah.
We literally had an entourage of like 20 people escorting one person.
we went to that place in Central.
Yeah.
We literally escorted her out of the
And
building.
I remember you guys still didn't know, did you? No, because no,
I did.
She did.
No, we did.
No,
because we
you
knew
didn't.
after Jay's birthday.
No, but I think we did this before. Yeah, we did this before
because the speakers that were there, and we were like, but
what's wrong with
this?
this? Was the first bit, and then it was Jay's
that's true,
birthday.
that's
And I remember Jay kept on like trying to shove the bottle in my mouth, and I was like, no. And then
Antibiotics.
he literally went for my belly, but something stopped him. So it was after that, our birthday, that we told you guys.
And I remember, like, we were thinking, and I remember they came home and they sat there on the sofa, and we were just like, the thing is that me and Jay hadn't discussed this at all, but the way they sat there with these faces, like, they were like, so guys, and I was like, you pregnant, innit? And they were like, yeah, why? And we just knew, and I think, it's just very awkward to, you know, morning sickness, and then you have to go through this phase of, oh, you can't tell anyone and it's just very difficult.
Still act, you know, for some women, it can even get worse. Some people are bedbound for weeks or even
what are
the
you
whole
supposed to say? And then it's hard, because then if you don't tell anyone about that you're pregnant, you're now, you know, maybe someone that's gone through miscarriage, and then you're now having to take time off work or sit there at your desk pretending like you're not just bleeding out, you know, a baby that you were about to have. Or, you know, no one knows that you're going through this pain, and then, or you're telling work, okay, I can't go in, I'm writing off for 2 weeks, but then you come back and everyone's like, oh, so what happened to you? And it's just like, oh no, I'm fine.
You have to sit there and lie.
Yeah, and how do you answer that I'm fine without just flushing into tears?
Yeah.
It's very, I feel like the first trimester for everyone is just very difficult.
But did you enjoy being pregnant?
I did. God, I had it super easy. Like, I just feel like I'm not going to have any more kids because I got away with it. Like, from the moment I was pregnant, time went so fast, and I didn't have any sickness. I didn't have any cravings. So Jay was like the one with all the cravings. He was the one that
pregnancy symptoms.
Yeah,
everything. Like, this guy is the type of person that's like, I will sleep when I die. No. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, he was like sleeping everywhere. He couldn't maintain. He would
wake up
literally and sleep. And I was like, why is this guy? And I was the one full of energy, and he was always like, oh my god, I want chimichurri. Where the hell are we gonna get chimichurri from? And it was like we had to run from like north to south to east to west to get him whatever he felt like. And cakes and pastries were my god. He would go in front of like cake shops or whatever and literally just dribble out everything, and he'd go in and come out like I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I took all 20, and I was like, okay, thank God you're skinny, because otherwise, mate. But yeah, I had a really good pregnancy. I loved it. I mean, on my due date I was clubbing, so I think that sums it up.
Very true. And I think for us, when she told us, we were like, what are you doing? Please just stay at home.
Yeah, they kept telling me, take your notes, why are you going, stay home, there's so many people. And I was like, it's fine guys, I'll take my
and your belly
bag.
Was huge.
It was just like,
guys, I looked like I was having quadruplets.
But
it was really like, from out the three of us, you had no belly.
Well, how can you blame me if I couldn't even keep anything down?
That's true.
And then do you know what? One of the things I was kind of disappointed was this misconception I had that you are going to be able to eat everything.
Yeah,
and it's your excuse.
And like, I can't keep anything.
I couldn't.
People sell you dreams.
I couldn't keep anything down.
Sell you dreams.
The only thing I could really eat was strawberries. Thank God.
What about the other fruit? What was it?
Strawberries was the main thing I could keep. Like, the one that I found out I was pregnant on was with banana. That I wanted to throw.
Oh, you didn't like it, did you?
I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I went completely off it. Bananas freaked me out. The smell, the look.
Maybe because a banana got you pregnant.
Probably, but it was just, I wanted to stay away. I think one of the things I most enjoyed was I had the app that you could see what size your baby was, and it would compare it to like, I think it was,
I didn't have that with Joel.
It would compare it to like fruits or vegetables, so I would literally go and I'd be like, oh my gosh, the baby's the size of a blueberry.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Going off blueberries, because I would think, oh my gosh, am I actually eating like the size of this? Is so wrong.
I remember you saying that.
But yeah, I mean, for me personally, I enjoyed it.
Like, once that was over,
once
it was
the whole
fine.
sickness was over, I loved feeling the kicks.
I love it
and
too.
all of that. I used to love that.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of some sort of like alien trying to escape, and I used to love that.
Do you remember that? Remember Caden used to go in like weird positions?
Oh my God, he used to like poke out of your belly like pointiness.
I really enjoyed both pregnancies.
Were they different? Or?
Yeah. Well, no. I think the reason why I knew I was having a boy second time round was because it was very similar to Joel's.
The way you were feeling and your symptoms?
So like with Fish, because obviously me and Melissa were pregnant at the same time, I saw that she got morning sickness, and the myth that if you get morning sickness, you're having a girl.
Before even having like morning sickness, we would speak about kind of who in the group would have what. And I think we would always say we would end up with having
the girl.
Yeah.
And deep down, I would always think,
like, no.
oh my gosh, I don't know, how would I deal with that? If we're all just having boys, it just makes sense. And also, kids are expensive, so if I can get hand-me-downs, I was just thinking, let me do that. But yeah, No,
it's hard, but no, both pregnancies were really good. Like with Joel, obviously, at 30 weeks, he was eager to come out, so I had that. But then,
like Braxton Hicks, or
no, like I was actually having contractions, so I had to get. I was admitted to hospital, and I got like this steroid injection in my legs, so his lungs.
Keep him up.
No, so his lung. If he was to be born, his lungs would be prepared for it. But no, my man stayed in till way past his due date. He got too comfortable.
I was joking.
he was teasing.
He was teasing you.
Yeah, literally. And Kay, yeah, he was late as well. But
in a split second, he was like, all right, I want out.
Yeah, when he said out, it was out, boy, because he didn't give me a chance to breathe.
I mean, you almost gave birth to him on the way to the hospital.
In the car. Yeah.
Oh,
mental.
But yeah, I feel like that's all. It's a beautiful thing if you know, if it's all good, and I think the kicks are just a thing of a reminder of like you're not alone. And it's like you can be having a rubbish day and, you know, feel down, and then this little baby's kicking inside you, and you're like, oh, hello, I'm not alone. And I think it's also a very great a moment where your partner starts to bond with the baby, because it's very hard for the dad to sit there thinking like, oh, I can't wait for the baby to come here, and then you're like, well,
did you guys not get it that the baby wouldn't really move with your partner? Because with Joel would move every time Ollie spoke. Caden, he would move so much, and I would catch him on camera, but when Ollie would come to talk to him, nope.
Maya would, and she always loved music. We used to play her so much music when I was pregnant anyways.
Yeah.
And she would just always move. And now she dances someone's ringtone.
Literally.
She dances.
That's Caden too.
Everything. It's quite, sometimes you're a bit like, come on,
I feel like this national anthem. Literally, this last generation just dances for it. Like, you can be like,
and they're ready, busting moves.
Literally.
They just turn around like, oh yeah,
that's my tune. And you're like, yeah, mate.
Mama's Code.
But do you know what? Having said that, what about when like you first saw them? Because I'm sorry, but they look very horrible when they've just come out of your vagina.
You know, I don't share that same mentality. I think my babies were so adorable.
Yeah. You know what? I was just thinking that's exactly our thought when we saw, like, for example, when we saw Joel for the first time. Like, you're so, like, you think,
Joel looked really angelic.
Oh, he was the cutest thing. I remember we walked into the room.
You were there.
She doesn't remember us being there. We walked into the room and we're so excited, like, about seeing the first baby in our group, and we were like, oh my god. And then he's just there in his little white pajama, and his hair was like coming out, and his hair was and it was so black, and his nose was like the most delicate.
Was so cute.
Guys, it was
so
like
cute.
Picasso just drew him with, like, I don't know, a feather or something.
Not being biased or anything, but yeah. Joel was,
and then who was
so cute.
Kay was next, and he was like, his face was so chubby, and he had rosy cheeks.
Very rosy.
Very rosy. And we were like, oh my god. And then Maya, guys, the hair on this baby.
I know, and we always, from all her pregnancy, Maya's gonna be bald.
I don't know where they
she's
got
gonna
the bald,
have
but
no
I never
hair.
had really that. What's that?
Heartburn, yeah.
So that could be a myth, guys.
Yeah, not that.
Because you didn't get it bad.
No.
Did you?
I would get like the occasion, especially like when you'd eat and then all of a sudden you're falling asleep and then you're waking up because it's coming back up on you.
No, but they say like
when the
people that hairy, and Maya, like her arms, her back,
in
that picture,
introducing
you could make about 100 wigs from her hair.
She had so I think she had more hair than head.
Literally,
it was just hair.
Literally just hair. My one was quite hairy as well, actually. His hair came out before him.
Oh, he was so cute.
Guys,
he was so fat as
he
well.
Was so
he was
fat.
He was a chunky one, wasn't
fat. Like, his arms looked like he'd been lifting weights for days.
Yeah, and because Jay's so skinny, it was kind of like, whoa!
Literally.
All the gym you did, your son came out with.
Literally. But I think, all our babies were so perfect looking.
But I mean, like, say Ollie, but say Ollie says that babies are not cute. So I'm like, no, my babies were cute. He's like, no, Erica, they were ugly. And I'm like, your mum's ugly. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, because there's people that actually like are real, like, you know, babies are not cute. Like, it's because I think
to an extent we as mums maybe we are blinded
to it.
Yeah.
I think it's just all the slime, because I know when they threw Leo onto me, I was like, wait, can you please wipe his head before I can kiss him? I'm so I actually had that split second of clarity in my head. That was like, please clean his head before I can kiss him.
No, I kissed my vagina fluids and everything.
Ew.
Well, Joel, he came out clean because he was born in the water. Caden, no, straight away. And then Ollie was like, he smells a bit funny. And I'm like, shut up. He literally just came out from inside of me. What do you expect?
How weird is it that everyone like goes to smell your baby? Like, say on the first day when you like at the
and
hospital.
you kiss babies, so you're basically eating the mum's vagina.
Literally. And no, and the thing is, you're like, oh my god, they smell so good. They got that fresh baby smell. And you're sitting there like,
that's Melissa.
That's my vagina.
get it by phone.
I would always literally be like, can we just sniff your baby, please? Because they smell. It's that, I don't know what it is.
New
it's
baby.
Just new baby
it's that
smell.
fresh vagina, isn't it? You guys are doing good looking after it. But oh god, it is just that. Yeah.
What about so leaving the hospital? When you guys were there, did you want to leave?
I didn't.
I did.
Yeah, I remember you asked to stay.
I asked to
Can I
stay.
move in, please?
when I had no, honestly, when I
Five-star hotel.
had my daughter, it was a weekend. So
Bank holiday
it
weekend,
was bank
guys.
holiday weekend.
Carnival.
Yeah, first of all, Maya decided that she wanted to celebrate Carnival, so she came spot on. And I didn't want to leave. I wasn't ready. I wanted to first of all, the bed was comfortable. It would move up and down. You have someone bringing your food, someone checking you. And I also had like my own room. Dan had his own little setup as well. So I felt comfortable.
This is home.
But was it more because, this was really new to you and you felt
And
like
it was
if
just hit
anything happened, you'd have like the resources there to help?
I just remember I wanted to go to the breastfeeding class that they were doing, and where I had her on the weekend, it wasn't available until the next working day.
Okay.
So they said to me, look, you're more than happy to stay. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm happy, I'll stay. Like, would I get breakfast tomorrow morning? Yeah, okay, that's good, then I'll stay in. But then once I had the class and I felt like, okay, like I'm ready to go, then it took a while because they do all the paperwork and then they have to have about 3-4 different people come and check you and all of this. So yeah, but it was a mixed feeling. It was like, I'm ready to go, but I'm also anxious. Like, I'm in charge of this little human now. What do I do?
Because it just hit you so fast that it was like, damn, like I didn't get to revise my notes.
No, and like, I don't know about you guys, because you guys had it like in different hospitals, but when I left the hospital, you get like so many paperwork, and like the first one that obviously catches your eye is the SIDS thing.
Oh god. That
And
is
I
the
think
worst
that's
thing.
why, because like mums, I'm sure everywhere, the first night you basically do
Just
not
stare
sleep.
at it.
You literally put your finger on their nose like every second.
We had the monitor thing that goes underneath
the mattress.
to detect movement, and not that you rely on technology, because even that it's almost like I remember at the beginning
is it
I would
faulty?
turn it on, put Maya, then take her off to wait to see if it beeped, and then when it did, then I'll be like, okay, so it's working. And then I thought, but what if that was that one time?
That one time.
And then
no, there's a glitch. Yeah, I think you just don't really get past it on the first night. Really, you just first you've got all this adrenaline running through your body because you feel so like wow, like damn, did I really just do that? And I don't know, maybe you're drugged up, or maybe you're so tired, or maybe you're just fueled up on adrenaline and you're excited about what just happened, and then you're like sitting there like, how do I sleep when, is this baby going to be okay? Because when they're inside you can feel their movements and oh, they're absolutely fine. When they're outside, like Erica was saying, the first thing they say is SIDS. And they say, oh, make sure but your baby's not going to get overheated. How do I know?
Yeah,
how do you even know that? Yeah.
How do you know? You can't constantly have your hand on the baby. And also, you don't know if the temperature that you feel good at is good for the baby. Maybe it's too cold, so you think, oh, let me put another jumper on and let me put a hat on the baby
and the
now.
fact that they can't regulate their temperature.
And that their hands are always cold. And you've got Karen and Susan saying, oh, the baby's cold because their hands are cold. But little do they know that the coldness in their hands doesn't mean anything, because that's just the way
it's always
babies
their
are.
chest and the back
Their chest is when you should check. So it is very horrendous when people send you off with like, oh, here's your baby. Bear in mind about SIDS. It's a very high
and it
rate.
was always like, okay, you can go home, but be aware of this. So your baby has to sleep like this. You can't sleep like that. He can't do this. He can't do that. And you basically just get sent home with this brand new thing that you don't know how to function it, basically.
With no manual.
Exactly.
I'm still trying to look for mine.
Do you know what? It's like, did you ever have Tamagotchis?
Yeah.
And
my
it's
one
like,
always died.
Oh gosh.
No.
That's what I told
like
you.
your plants.
And they come with manuals, like they come with little things of like, oh, this is when it's hungry, this is when you need to take it for
These
a
are the
walk.
signs.
These are the little buttons that you press. I'm sorry, but my baby doesn't have this, but they're basically a Tamagotchi, because you got to feed them, you got to play with them, you got to change them, and now they're going to sleep, and oh look, we made it through another day. So I think, oh god, it starts with all the panics, and then you're already thinking like, am I going to do a good job, am I not? And it's just it's just horrible.
It is stressful.
It's a lot, and then at the same time, you're putting your baby first. But I think it's always so important that a mum has to put herself first.
Well, I think that's a really good point, because no one's like, everyone that comes, the baby, but who asks you how you are?
And no one realizes that the same day that your baby was born, a mum was born. Everyone just thinks, oh well, they didn't die giving birth, they're fine, they're at home now. But
forget them, let's concentrate on the baby.
Exactly. And it's like, well, guys, like, if you've got a C-section, only if you've had a C-section, people are going to be like, oh, let me bring you this bit, because obviously you're bedbound and you're trying to recover. But take that aside, no one really cares about you. Everyone's like, oh, so how are you? Or literally you have visitors like, oh my god, can I come see the baby now? And it's like,
I'm tired.
And then you feel this pressure of letting people into your house. And it's just like, in that moment, like the early days, you're trying to bond with this baby, you're coming to terms with like what's happening. And now, do I actually want, for example, my mum to come and touch my baby? No.
And you don't want to.
Can you breathe away? Exactly. You don't want to be like, no, I'm not feeling it, because you have this pressure, and God forbid you were to say, oh no, can you come tomorrow? You're already the bad person. You're like, oh, and it's just guys, no one cares about them.
It's extra things that you just don't need at that moment. There's enough going on. With your baby and yourself, and looking after yourself, and making sure you're drinking water, because you forget.
Super malt for the breast.
Guys, super malt for literally, if you want to breastfeed or you're going to give it a go, super malt is really good. Staying hydrated as well.
So what about our culture? Who did the 40 days?
No, I didn't.
I just about did 2 days, guys, if I'm honest with you.
I didn't, and I think looking back on it, I wish I took it just a bit easy, because I felt okay in myself. But I remember my mum always just saying to me, just slow down. You don't need to do everything. We're here to help you.
For those listening, guys, we're all Colombian, and
half for me.
Oh yeah, we
putting it out there.
We have mongrel.
Excuse me, I would like to say exotic.
There's this thing that you have a baby and you have to do this 40 days at home.
I'm sure other cultures have it. I know Africans have it. But I think it's that. I think the whole purpose on it. So I've read a bit about the 40 days. Yeah. And it's basically, so the more skin to skin you do with your baby, the more your milk flows.
And the bond and the oxytocin that gets running through you. Oh,
yeah.
I love doing skin to skin.
Yeah. You just feel that bond. But then I think with all the adrenaline that's running inside of you, and obviously you've just got so much going on, and you want to tend to this baby. You don't want kind of like no one to, like stay away.
Yeah.
I made him like go away. Even the dad. Did anyone have that? Like, I felt like I didn't want even Ollie to touch him, because it was kind of like, he's mine.
I wasn't too bad with Dan. I was okay. With me, I think I was just tired, very tired, and I wanted to just recover with myself and almost like
get over that muscle pain, because guys,
you feel like you've been hit by a bus. I remember thinking literally my neck was hurting and I didn't understand why. It was only when I asked my mum, and she was like, well, you're pushing and you're doing all these
Oh my god!
Weird faces.
That's a workout and a half.
I remember when you guys came to see me the next day, and Melissa was like, "Jess, did you push like this? Did you put your your chin to your collarbone?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Exactly like you, because you bring out so much energy and power in that moment. You become a superhuman, and and then your elbows are hurting because you're like somehow like leaning against them or up."
Oh mate, I held onto that bed because I had him in all fours.
Yeah.
So I literally held onto the bed, and I think I was shaking the bed because the next day my arms were not cooperating with me. Boy, I couldn't even lift Caden up. I was like, whoa, you are so heavy.
He was a big baby.
Oh, it's too much.
But so the 40 days is to get that oxytocin running, like you said, the milk flow, and just bonding with that baby and coming to terms with everything,
and your body to heal.
I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I think whether you have your baby
naturally or C-section,
or C-section, your body goes through
a lot.
It's a trauma for your body, either or. C-section, I mean, none of us here have experienced that, but we've had friends who have.
My mum had a C-section with my sister. She couldn't even sneeze.
Well, I'm sorry, but have you not seen
how many layers?
Exactly. No, and sometimes they have to move organs out of the way to get this baby out.
So it's not easy. It's not easy, whatever method you have. And the thing is, I think for any mum, and the main priority is just have your baby as safe as possible.
Yeah,
whatever the way it is,
Yeah.
whether it's with help, no help, or
You've still given birth to
C-section.
your child,
Exactly.
whether you've pushed them
carried
out, whether
your
you
child
had a
anyway.
C-section.
Yeah.
But these 40 days, man, I did 24 hours at max. The next day I was out having brunch.
And you have to, like, if you're going to go out, so you have to
Cover
put
your
cotton wool in your ears, because apparently the air
And
will
put a
affect
scarf
you.
on and coats.
And then let's not talk about the food, what you can and can't eat.
You have to have like
Because-
chicken soup for
like
40 days.
And that's pretty much it.
with no condiments, guys.
That's awful.
I don't, to this point, I don't ever want to really see Gardina again.
You're gonna turn into a hen.
cried. I remember I cried once. My mum was like, here you go. And I was like, I don't want this anymore. And I just started crying. She was like, okay, it's not that bad. Like, I'll make you something else. Because I was just so done with eating the same
Imagine
thing.
every single day, and it's not like you eat once a day. You eat twice or 3 times, and oh god, like I don't know. I mean, I didn't have it like that because I told my mum from day one. I was like, I'm not really on this, and she had no choice but to take me as I am.
No, I did it with Joel. Well, not have that same soup every single day. Like, she'll make different ones, but it was mainly just chicken and soup.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't enjoyable. And then with Caden, I think like the day after I had like frijoles, my mum was like, you shouldn't really be eating
We
that.
had Byron in the freaking birth center.
Yeah,
Like
we
the
all
first
had
meal.
burgers,
Oh my
didn't
gosh,
we?
yeah, we did. That was our
Imagine,
first
and it
meal.
was so like that greasiness and everything, and it's
It
like
just
you're not
tasted
supposed-
amazing.
Oh, it
even
was-
till this day,
oh,
Ollie's
so
always
good.
like, "Can you order that burger we had at Jess's birth?" And I'm like,
Lucky Balboa.
Yeah,
I know they've
something
changed
like
the
that,
menu,
yeah.
but yeah, it was. I think it was that one.
Do you know what as well? That what's that called in when you have to stand over a pot with hot water and these plants and then
"It's called un saumerio,
Yeah,
mommy."
I didn't do none of that.
that juju stuff, and then you're getting hit by plants and stuff.
I said to my mum, I was like, look, you can look after me. We can try this chicken thing. I think it lasted about a week max, and then I thought, I can't do this anymore. This is not what's
Stupidness.
happening. I didn't do none of
What
this.
is that for? To get out this the air, the coldness from inside your womb.
See,
I had a friend that did it, right? And she told me, because your baby has to be in the room with you.
yeah.
Nah.
So your baby is basically suffocating
In this
with
butter
all
smell.
this smoke. And imagine like your mum smacking you with like plants. Like, what
reminds me
demon
of
are you
Nemo,
trying to?
of
Yeah.
Nemo.
I remember my mum said, "Oh, when I do it for you, you need to wear a little pajama, like you know the little dress pajamas, them camis, with no underwear, and just stand over the pot." I'm thinking, "No, mum, I am not going to do this," and I didn't do it, and she was so angry. Till this day, she doesn't like me.
I think.
Don't judge her.
I'm still fine, guys. I'm alive.
I think if
I'm not
you
in no
believe
pain.
In it, I think
Yeah.
if you believe in it, then you know.
No, yeah,
all
no,
fair,
of
all
course.
fair dues, you know, go for it, and I think you do what you
Absolutely.
feel works for you best. But I think for us, definitely, we just felt like that.
And I feel like as well,
Wasn't.
because obviously our moms are so, you know, their moms did it to them and traditional, yeah. So they want to now look after us because it's
In the
like
only
where
way
their
they really
babies
know how
yeah,
to,
of
which
course.
is the way they
And
were brought up on.
I feel like I don't know. I'm still here with no pains because apparently it's like to cure your headaches and make sure you don't have back pains and then cramps and all of this.
Yeah, and there's always that one auntie where you say 2 weeks down the line you have a headache, and they're like, "Well, you didn't look after
You
yourself."
didn't
And you're
do
like,
yourself.
"I
told you so."
So,
Yeah. There's always that one person.
Sometimes
that
you
will
just need to
bring it
swallow
out.
that pain and be like, "No, I'm fine." No,
it
you
on
look a
the
bit
chin.
pale.
It's because you didn't do this.
Mama's Code.
Do you remember when
Okay.
for Joel that girl brought me like them plants? I can't remember what it was. That you drink it. I know Steph knows the name for it because she drank it for
Brewa.
Salah.
No.
I don't know. But I drank it. I remember I bathed and I put that Nemo song.
Yeah.
And I was washing myself with it to see.
Well, how does it go? Shocked up. Literally.
But yeah, like there's people that believe in that. Like Steph really like she thinks
Yeah.
that brought on her.
Or like inducing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I think it's the leaves of brevas, you know, because my mom, when I was overdue, guys, I was overdue like it was like day one of being overdue. She comes home with these weird ass leaves, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna make you water of this.
You know they pick them off trees.
Yes, and
my mum robbed them from Golden Screen.
I looked
so
at
much
them.
trees missing them.
My mum put them on my table, and I remember looking at them, and they still had little ants crawling up and like a little cobweb. I was like, nah, mum, I'm not having this. And she was like, mami, pero tiene que tomarse. And I was like, no, mum, I'm not drinking this. And she was like, pero look, it's the same picture on Google. And I was like, no, mum, this. And I remember
like a worm swimming on them.
The picture on Google looked like a complete different leaf to what she was about to give me. I was like, nah, I'm all right.
Like,
you know?
are you serious?
I'm just gonna be here overdue and do nothing about it. And I really did nothing about it. But yeah, these myths are crazy.
No, and I think that's important. Like most mums, like, I don't know, I know I went through it, and I'm sure you went through it, Mel. Oh no, you didn't. Mike came beforehand. But like
was
Jess,
eager. She was ready for
like
that.
you do feel kind of like that urge, you know, like you're like, for me, like say second time round, it just gets worse. I'm trying to sell it to you, but
it's doing
like the pain, like if every time, like I think from like
what, being overdue?
No, just being pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So like I've constantly felt like a bowling ball in my vagina, and it would like just falling. And every time I would walk, I feel like if this ball is like just coming out my vagina, and I would literally grab my vagina, even at work.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my god, and everyone would be like, oh, what happened? I'd be like, no, nothing.
Yeah,
awful. And it's like this pain. So like obviously when you go through that, and I remember for Joel, I was really big, so you're just over it. Like I'm just like, oh, I really want to have this baby. Like it's just too much.
Have you seen that gorilla meme when it's just like, yes, I'm still pregnant, and it's
so
done?
If you're already a mum, you're running around after your first kid anyway.
Yeah,
that's so true.
You know, I think when you're a first time mum, or when you're first time you're pregnant, you can rest whenever you feel tired. But when you have another child,
you don't
get a chance to chill.
You can't,
unless they go to school. But if you've got anyone that's still at home, man, I take my hat
No, but
off
even
to you
first time
guys.
mum, with Joel, I was a first time mum, and I was like I think he was like 4 days late, and I was like, nah, like this. And I remember going to my midwife appointment like 1 day late. I was like, I need a sweep, and she was like, no, we don't offer it yet. No, I'm not asking for it. I'm like telling you, you need to give me a sweep. And it was like, it gets too much, like, because obviously it's all that excitement. You obviously want to meet them, and then, you know, you're calling for this pain, and this pain hits you, and then you're like, oh, no, take it back. I don't want to do this anymore.
I wasn't right, you know. I remember I was...
No, that's what I was saying. You did really good. Like, I like the way you...
I think I was just chilled from day one, but I feel like that's just the person I am. Like... Because I remember, the only reason why I really wanted this child to come out of me was because, guys, the way everyone was messaging me, like, all by the minute, it's so annoying. It's like, okay, I know, but can you just shut up? Like, yes, I am just 5 minutes overdue, but no, this baby's not here yet. So, but
Have you had your baby yet? Have you had your baby yet?
As soon as you hit 38 weeks, was it 38 or
37?
37,
yeah.
And then it's like, right, any minute now, and you're like,
just like,
yeah,
where's
I know,
your due date? Wasn't your due date like last year?
Yeah, it's like,
Having said that, I said me and you that were overdue, we were literally pregnant for 10 months.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone was like, try telling you during, like, oh, it's just 9 months. No. We were pregnant for 10 months, mate.
Yeah.
Maya, on the hand, was very eager.
Maya took it to the T. She was like, right,
She's like, you ain't doing carnival without me.
Yeah, she just thought, you know what, there's a bank holiday weekend, you guys get an extra day of me here. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, okay, it's happening.
Just like on the whole, you know, you were saying you get to run around after if you've got another child. Did at any point, like, do you feel like what's happening when this other child comes and I'm not gonna sleep?
No, I think for me it was more so like I didn't feel ready. Even like with a big belly now with Caden, I kept looking at Joel and thinking, because he's still a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? Like, he still requires so much from me. So I give it to, like, you know, twin moms and like even women that have their kids like 12 months, 18 months apart. Because for me, I felt like when I found out I was pregnant with Caden, it hit me, because I felt like, and I always constantly say it to you guys, the attention you give that one child and you're dedicated to them fully, they have your full attention. It's just so special, because you bond with them in a deeper level. So obviously knowing that this little date is approaching where I'm going to meet this other person, even Ollie, he would be like, we would ask everyone, our parents would be like, did you love us the same as you loved your first?
The second
because
baby.
it's like, I don't possibly think I could ever love anyone as much as I love Joel. Like, it didn't hit me. Like, I would be like, no.
How is it possible?
How is it possible? Does my love like get split in half? And everyone would be like, no, it's just as soon as that baby's born,
your heart gets bigger.
Yeah, no, it's not just that, but it's just, you know, just
Like,
the
you
same
don't
way.
sit and think, okay, I'm gonna love you this little bit today, and
No, and I don't know, like, it's a weird sensation, because I remember having Caden, I just felt like, for me, I felt at peace, like he was like my missing piece. But Ollie had this, as soon as Caden came out, I remember him like, I need to see Joel, like I need to see him, because it's obviously that thing like, oh shit, like we've got two now.
It was quite emotional actually.
Yeah, it
the
was
first
very
time
emotional.
Jojo met Kay.
Yeah.
I think we all cried a little bit.
And because we saw the way that Ollie was so like, it was this burning thing inside him, like I need to see Joel, I need him here.
Like I remember him like in the like there, I'm pushing, and he was calling his mum. He's like, "Mum, you need to bring Joel now because I need to see him." And I was kind of like, "Whoa, like spend a minute with your second child." But and it's not that he doesn't love Caden. Like, I mean, I think Caden right now has Ollie wrapped in his little finger, but
even though they don't want to admit it.
but it's just that moment, you know, you kind of feel like, oh, maybe it's like he was scared. He might have thought, oh shit, like,
or
I'm
maybe
starting to
like,
feel something for this kid, and my other kid is like somewhere.
I don't
like
want
you
him
want
to feel left out.
Left out, yeah.
And also it could have been like what you just said, like you felt like Hayden gave you your piece, like this is my missing piece. So maybe in that moment he felt like, oh my god, like this is my
complete family.
Yeah. So I think it's mixed emotions for them as well. No, maybe we'll get him on the show. Ollie. So yeah, I guess that's something you deal with in that moment, from when you first find out you're pregnant, to the moment that you're holding them in your arms.
And it's now a journey that it's not only you and your partner, but it's you, your partner, and
this other person,
your first child, that's bonding as well, because they've been upgraded to big brother or big sister.
No, and I think like the message here is basically, your daughter's a year and a half, 10 months. I've got a 5-year-old and 1.5-year-old. We're still learning. Like, I'm 5 years deep. No, the person that tells you that they've got things figured out is lying to you.
They think they've got figured it out,
for
but
my
no.
manual. There's days where
there's no refund.
You know, they say a village, like, it takes a
I'm waiting
village.
for my village.
Where are they?
Did we
Where
forget
are
to
they?
sign a form or something? Like,
I need to send my address to them.
God, where is this
do
village?
you know what? I still sometimes it hits me that I'm a mum and I'm responsible for a little person, and that little person looks up to me like, "Mummy, can I do that?" Or, you know, when you say
And
don't
you're like,
do that to your child, or whatever the case is, you know, you're that little person's mummy. It sometimes still hits me.
And now you're standing there thinking like, shit, can they do that? And you're
Yeah.
like, wait, let me ask Google.
Let me ask the adult.
That happened to me the other
Where's the adult?
Google search?
No. I went into
the adult.
Maya wanted to go into this shop because there was some Peter Rabbit things, and the lady was like, "Oh, does she want chocolate?" And I was like, "No, she's too young for that." And then I'm thinking, wait, is she too young? Can she have chocolate? I wonder when I had chocolate. And I remember thinking, oh, okay, maybe like a bit of milk chocolate. And she tried it for the first time, but like the tiniest bit. And then I thought, yeah, that's it. I know more, because I don't want her to like hyper, and then, you know, it's in the evening and I want you to sleep okay. But even something like that was her first time ever trying chocolate. Her reaction was a bit, I don't think she even knew what was going on.
Mama, I love you.
Right, guys, now to wrap it up, we have a golden tip, and it's just basically to take some time out before, if you can, before you have your child, to just mentally prepare yourself for the change that's about to happen. I think the tick box exercise of having the cot and everything is all good, but sometimes letting yourself know and giving that time to yourself is good. Pamper yourself, just sleep or rest, or, you know, whatever makes you feel happy, just to do that. And then once the baby's born, always remember that it's okay to ask for help. It's fine. We're not superhumans either.
Yes, we are.
We need to make sure that we're okay first, because if we're not okay, then how can we be the best version of mum to your own child? Carry your baby as much as you want. Some people will tell you you're spoiling them, but look, you could do whatever you feel that is right for you.
Whatever works best for you.
Exactly.
And your baby needs you, so...
Yeah, you're their safe zone. Before we forget, we do have an Instagram page. It's called
mamas.code.
And we'd love for people, if you want to come on
Slide in our DMs.
Slide in our DMs, baby, and tell us you want to share a story. Because just like how some of you might have, felt every word we said and be like, oh yeah, I felt that. When you share your story, you're going to have the same impact.
And if you want to be anonymous, that's okay as well. I think the main thing here is to have like a safe space for mums to talk about stuff without feeling like they're being judged, and just be as real as we can be.
So guys, that's Mama's Code out. Mwah.
Bruh.
Definitely not the end.
Mama's Code.